Hey guys, welcome to the sunny skies of BeamNG.drive and to the first episode of BeamNG.drive on the channel. Now, I did sort of an intro video, but this is going to be coming out afterwards, and this is the first challenge video. This is going to be the F1 challenge. Now, what I've done is I've built up 3 F1 cars using only stock parts in the game. We're going to be using no mods, and these are the 3 that I've come up with. I've got a Barstow edition, I've got a Miramar edition, and I've got an SBR4 edition. I wanted to kind of mix up the cars and see it's kind of a modern versus kind of mid. I don't even know what era this is from. It might be really old, or it could just be a modern, like, old styling. I think it's pretty old. And then obviously the Bastow's like 1970s, 1980s muscle car. And basically what I've done, I've stripped out the weight, I've lowered the wheelbase, except for in this one actually. In the Miramar, the suspension kept on breaking, and I've had to bring the front suspension back to the stock suspension, so now it looks dumb, because the front suspension is harder than the back suspension. It drives very well though. And the SBR4, which has way too much power and does wheel spinning off the line, whatever you do. So basically I'm going to be taking them through 3 tests, and you can put down in the comments which one you like the most. So this is test number 1. This is going to be a 0 to 60 to 0 test and a 0 to 100 to 0 test. Alright, it's the only way that I can do it one player. I can't just do a 0 to 60 test because the AI isn't perfect yet. So I think I'm going to start off with a 0 to 100 to 0 test. I'm going to start off in the Barstow. This, I think, has the most power, but I'm not sure how it's going to actually do with grip and everything. Alright, I'm going to take the handbrake off in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, the Barstow commences. Alright, we've got 60 already. Wow, this is quick. I mean, it's not as quick as an F1 car, obviously. Tyres that oh no, I didn't even touch 100. Wait. There we go, that's fine. I'm sorry, I can't be bothered to do that again. Alright, we're on to the Miramar. I don't know what it's going to do. It looked great before I did that, but the front wheel, it would just break whenever you turned a corner, which is useful in the last test, which is obviously going to be cornering. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 0 to 100 to 0. Oh my god. It's not even going in a straight line still. I changed the front wheel axle and everything. Come on, and we've already lost. No! Bad gearing. Alright, at least we hit 100 this time. And it's a stop for the Miramar. That's a big difference. I think the Miramar has like a little bit more than half of the Gavril's power, so it's going to be really struggling. It should be good in the corners though. Alright, we have the SBR4. Alright, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, I think this is the only one without an automatic gear, without a manual gearbox. And it likes to wheel spin off the line. I don't know if it's a sequential or a automatic. I think it's a sequential gearbox, this one. Just like the fanciest one, but as you can tell, it hasn't helped it out because it's still got a second. So that's second place for the SBR4. Alright, I'm just going to do the 0 to 60 just to see if I get any other results. Alright, so let's go in 3, 2, 1. I don't know why I'm starting with the Miramar this time, but I don't know. It'll be fine. The Miramar will be fine. Right. This is going to be a much shorter test. And don't blame me. I can't get it under 60. I'm a bad driver. All of them are going to be a bit over 60. I mean, 100's a bit easier. The SBR4 is going to have trouble here because I have to throttle control off the line, otherwise it spins out. So it's going to be a bit random how well it does. Okay, so it's beating the Miramar, and I think I can guess how the Gavril is going to do with its perfect launch. Here we go. Up to 60 and on the brakes. Oh, that was close, but the Gavril's got it. Right, so the Barstow wins. SBR4 second, and we got the Miramar third. And that was our first test over and done with. And I will see you in the top speed jump test. I just created it because I had no other ideas. Alright, see you in a second. Goodbye. Alright, welcome back, guys. Oh my god, that was way too loud. But yeah, we have all 3 of the cars from my awkward exit there. We've brought them to there. Remember, we were over there behind the palm tree, and now we're going to be aiming at that jump. You can see the small one. The bigger one doesn't actually launch us as far. We're going to go for the small one. We're going to see which one can fly the farthest. Alright, we're going to start with the SBR4. 3, 2, 1, let's go. That probably sounded very, very bad recorded. It sounded quite cool to me, but I can hear my real voice. My voice sounds a bit weird on recording. Anyway, I have the SBR4 aiming for the small ramp, Oh, wow, it's going to be like 120 miles an hour. Oh my God. I'm going to try that again. I don't think the barrel roll is going to be helping it out. No. This is what I mean about the wheel spin. You can see it starting to veer off to the right. It doesn't seem like a big problem, but then once you've lost the back end, then you can't save it on this car. I just had to lift off the throttle a bit there. I don't know if we'll have as much speed as we did last time. Come on. Yes, that was a good launch. And there we go. You can see the car strategically using its wings to get a little bit further. Right, and it's allowed to roll. It's where it stops. So if it lands in the right direction, then that's just a good thing. And there we go. On the parking brake it goes. Alright, now onto the gav reel. I don't think the Miramar is going to do very well, but I guess with its suspension that'll probably help. Right, time to go the Barstow in 3, 2, 1, go. I expect the Barstow to do the best. It has the most power, and it's doing really, really well in the challenges so far. I don't know if it's my favourite. The SBR4, when I thought of F1 car in this game without using a mod, SBR4 instantly came into my head, not the gav reel. But my brother said that he wanted the gav reel, so I took the gav reel along. But actually it's turned out to be the best. Alright, I wouldn't allow that because it was a barrel roll, but actually it didn't affect it that much. It's going to be very, very close between the SBR4 and the gav reel. Oh, but the gav reel does one last backflip. And there we go, the gav reel has won. And I did some pre-testing before, and that wasn't just a fluke. The gav reel does win almost every time. So if you're wondering about that, that normally angers me in YouTube videos where people only test stuff once. I have tested that before. I've never tested the Miramar though, because I didn't think it'd be very competitive, but actually it's going pretty quickly. Not as quickly as the other two though, so it might not even make it over the wall. Come on, Miramar. Strategic wing loss, I think that is. Ah, but it's still not enough. It is stuck. Oh, and it does a somersault over the wall. None of these cars wanting to not make it over. So there we go. That's a second challenge done, and we have once again the exact same order. We have the gav reel, then the SBR4, and the Miramar still last. Now I'm going to be heading to Hiroshi Raceway, and I'm going to be doing some laps in it, and I'll see you there. Bye, I guess. See you in a second. Alright, hey guys, welcome back, and we are on Hiroshi Raceway for the final test. Alright, we have the Barstow, it has 2 points. We have the SBR4 with 1 point. I've just kind of rounded it effectively. And then we've got the Miramar with 0 because it's really not being very successful. Okay, so we're just going to do a full lap of the circuit. You can time it if you want. I'm not going to because then that will ruin the kind of surprise, I guess, of who wins. You can time it if you want. And we'll do the Miramar. Let's go. I haven't driven it with its crazy suspension yet, so it's going to be interesting to find out how it drives. I'm hoping that it will drive just as well as it did before, but this time it won't kill itself on the way around. I don't think it will drive as well though. If it's already veering, I'm going to be so annoyed. It does this thing, if I turn whilst I'm in the corner, because I put on the quick ratio, steer, and I've completely lost the back end in a 200 horsepower car. Without meaning to, that's really bad. Alright, without going with the Miramar, I don't think I'm ever going to reach the top speed unless I'm doing a top speed test of this Miramar. You need such a long straight because it lacks so much horsepower, but somehow can reach crazily high speeds with it. Alright, here we go, around the chicane. This is much better than it did before. It got its suspension changed. You can see skid marks on the track. What was that? A strange black thing on the track. Probably some part of an old car, I don't know. It disappeared when I got close to it though. Must have been like an unloaded chunk. Oh, I don't want to lose it, don't want to lose it, stay in. Yes. Keeping the Miramar in control. Not really actually. Just trying to keep the Miramar on the track. In control's something. That's a very, very hard ask with the Miramar. In control, maybe not. Maybe on track if I drive very, very well, but I think I've already gone off the track. Right, coming up to the line now. It's a much better lap than I was doing in practice. When it didn't have its suspension. I think I've completely fixed the Miramar. And across the line, there we go. Right, I'm going to drive it into the pit lane backwards if I can. If it's not too damaged. Looks good. So I think that was a good fix to the car. So that's the Miramar done. All we have left is the gav reel and the SBR4. So yeah, I don't know what time that was, but it looked like a pretty good time. Right, I'm just going to leave it here because I can't be bothered to try and drive it into one of the crazy pit crew sections, I guess. Alright. Okay, I'm going to do this SBR4 now. Alright, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, SBR4 is going. Alright, no sliding off the line, so that's good. It's always a good sign to start off with. So that this car isn't spinning out yet. Just wait until I get to an actual corner though, then, well, if this is a corner, like a low speed corner, then I'm going to be having problems. Somehow I didn't spin out the Miramar. I always send the Miramar onto that grass right there, but this time I didn't, and then for the rest of the race it always has ruined suspension. But that was actually quite a good lap. What I'm going to do now is not mess up the SBR4's lap, because this car's actually quite quick around the corners. I don't know if it's as quick as the Barstow. Oh dear. But I sort of managed to keep it. Not as quick through the chicane as the Miramar though, because of that. I don't know. If these cars do badly, I'm going to blame it on my bad driving, but each of them are going to get equally bad driving. That's my excuse. So it's not going to make a difference because all of them are going to be equally badly drove. It's definitely driven. Yeah, each of them are going to be equally badly driven, so it's not actually going to make a difference. But yeah, as long as I can actually do a lap in each of them without crashing them out, then I think that's a fair lap for the car. And here we go. Around the final corner. And coming up to the line, Go, 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 go. Oh no! I've lost the left suspension, I'm veering to the left. No! And across the line! On the brakes. Come on, head into the pit lane. To leave room for the Barstow. Now all I've got to do is not crash the Barstow, and then I can finally move on. Finally know which car is the best out of the 3 F1 cars. Okay, well I tried to park it up there, but again I got a spite of lag, so I thought the car was travelling slower than it was. That's a fantastic excuse that I just came up with. Okay, on to the Barstow. Alright, let's start the Barstow in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, so it doesn't appear to do wheel spin off the line, but if you try and turn whilst accelerating, then it completely uses traction, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know if track evolution is a thing on BeamNG.drive, because then I might have just kind of cheated. I don't think it would be, because the ground is very, very kind of stable in this. And it's mostly about the cars, not about the ground. The ground is just a completely hard body, no bend or anything in it. That's why the soft body physics is fun, is because you can crash anything into the ground as hard as you want it to, and the ground will just completely smash it up. Oh dear, and I've already lost the back end. Have I saved it? No, I haven't saved it. Alright, this is going to massively slow down the Barstow. Will the SBR4 be able to beat it now through the chicane? I still don't know this track. I'm used to doing the long circuit, but I realised that I crash out a lot more in the long circuit, so I'm much less likely to complete full laps without crashing out the cars in the long circuit. You can tell I'm being extremely cautious on the brakes, but then I'm accelerating through the corners, which just shows how much of a bad driver I am and how much I'm struggling on keyboard. Normally I kind of feather the throttle through the corners if I was driving with a controller, but nope, I'm on a keyboard. Whenever I play BeamNG.drive, I have to play on a keyboard because I don't have a controller currently. Okay, through the fast bit, this car's normally pretty good around here, but I don't know how it'll actually be. To be fair, this is the car that's come under the biggest transformation. I mean, the Miramar's always been a not very powerful, but quite decent race car. The SBR4's always been a very, very quick car. But this Barstow's normally like a completely uncontrollable, and across the line, a completely uncontrollable muscle car. And there you can see it doing a perfectly good lap of Hiroshi Raceway. So I don't know, if we haven't learnt what I've learnt in this video is that you can't make F1 cars with stock parts properly, but you can make cars better, definitely, because even though I've messed up the Miramar and the SBR4, the Barstow's actually turned out to be a great car. So I guess I've got my brother to thank for that. I think I'll end the video here. Put down in your comments which one was your favourite, and I'll see you in the next video.